Hi y'all, thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today we're going to be going over all of the upcoming Stephen King projects in 2025. First up, coming out on May 27th, 2025, we have Never Flinch. This is a brand new novel by Stephen King. The description goes as follows. When the Buckeye City Police Department receives a disturbing letter from a person threatening to kill 13 innocents and 1 guilty in an act of atonement for the needless death of an innocent man, Detective Izzy Janes has no idea what to think. Are 14 citizens about to be slaughtered in an unhinged act of retribution? As the investigation unfolds, Izzy realizes that the letter writer is deadly serious, and she turns to her friend Holly Gibney for help. Meanwhile, controversial and outspoken women's rights activist Kate McKay is embarking on a multi-state lecture tour, drawing packed venues of both fans and detractors. Someone who vehemently opposes Kate's message of female empowerment is targeting her and disrupting her events. At first, no one is hurt, but the stalker is growing bolder, and Holly is hired to be Kate's bodyguard. A challenging task with a headstrong employer and a determined adversary driven by wrath and his belief in his own righteousness. Featuring a riveting cast of characters, both old and new, including world-famous gospel singer Sista Bessie, and an unforgettable villain addicted to murder, these twinned narratives converge in a chilling and spectacular conclusion. A feat of storytelling only Stephen King could pull off. Okay, so my thoughts on that, it sounds a lot like the Bill Hodges trilogy in terms of the detectiveness, and it also sounds like the Outsider book in the terms of how the plots converge and the cast of characters, and there's like a mystery that they're solving. I'm curious to see how this progresses the Holly Gibney story. I have not read the Holly Gibney book, but I've read the Bill Hodges trilogy and the Outsider book, which I really enjoyed all of those. The Bill Hodges trilogy is actually pretty underrated in my opinion in terms of Stephen King books. So I'm excited for this. It is interesting to see how Stephen King's writing has really focused on this character, Holly Gibney. I'm not the biggest fan of her character, to be honest, but I love Stephen King's writing. I just think it's an interesting decision that we are still, like 10 years later, still on Holly Gibney. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the book. It does look interesting. I may read it, but I'm still reading the You Like It Darker short stories, so I'll just have to wait and see, as well as that new Hunger Games book coming out. There's a lot to be reading right now. Next up is actually a children's book. This is called Hansel and Gretel, and it is co-written with Stephen King and Maurice Sendak. So this is going to be releasing on September 2nd, 2025, and the description is the haunting tale of two brave children lost in a dark and dangerous forest, reimagined by literary legends Stephen King and Maurice Sendak in an all-new picture book. Okay, that sounds really interesting, kind of like the Brothers Grimm's fairy tales. Continuing the description, let Stephen King, global best-selling and award-winning author, and Maurice Sendak, beloved creator of the Caldecott medal-winning Where the Wild Things Are, oh wow, okay, guide you into the most deliciously daring rendition of the classic Grimm fairy tale yet. But will you find your way back out? With a personal introduction from Stephen King, the beautiful book has been created in close collaboration with the Maurice Sendak Foundation. This stunning storybook makes the perfect gift for fans of King, Sendak, and the Brothers Grimm. Oh, hey, awesome. Hansel and Gretel will be available in most English language markets of September 2nd, 2025. That's really exciting to hear. I'm very excited for that book. Let me know what y'all think. And lastly, we have a movie. This is titled The Life of Chuck, and this is starring Loki from the Thor series. The description says, Mike Flanagan takes a detour from the macabre with his adaptation of a uniquely structured Stephen King novella that unravels a seemingly ordinary accountant's world. Written and directed by Mike Flanagan, The Life of Chuck is an adaptation of the novella published in 2020 collection If It Bleeds. Tom Hiddleston plays Charles Chuck Krantz, and it co-stars Mark Hamill, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Karen Gillan, and Jacob Tremblay. The film premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 6, 2024, and subsequently won the festival's prestigious People's Choice Award. It says you can watch the trailer now, and it releases on June 6, 2025. that is really interesting. I did read this, If It Bleeds. I don't know if I remember. I remember the life of Chuck a little bit. So this should be a really, really interesting story. And let me know what y'all are excited for. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.